Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Doop, 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 doop. Yeah, we're back on. Yeah, I've just had an official read a Twitter report that the SAFC website is also down. Seems to be bugs absolutely everywhere at the minute. I looked at the stream; the players have gone off. But I'll be giving Sunderland a bloody bollocking tomorrow. It's like, can I not even get the audio sorted out for God's sake? I mean, how hard is it to get the audio sorted out? You know, what does it matter? What is the matter? Just get the fucking audio sorted. That is the stadium at the minute. There's no teams coming out. So if you guys can keep me up to date as well and find out what is going on. It's going to be one of those nights, isn't it, where you just think, like, just get to bed. It's just nothing fucking working at all. No. Son,
What you doing?
just doing the football.
You wait for people to join.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're on. There's no match on at the minute. It's getting cold out. Yeah. Yeah, all right.
Is it Sunderland playing?
It is, son. Yeah.
Yeah, so everyone can
Hey,
I watch you.
it's not on at the minute. It hasn't started yet,
When does it start?
and they've gone off.
When does it start though?
On about 20 minutes, I think.
Got 4 people.
Da. Shut the door, son. How you doing, everybody? It's pretty bad if you can't even get the bloody audio on, isn't it? I mean, just have to keep trying. But it has happened before this, on SAFC. I'll be getting me $4.99 back for this month. Put it that way. Won't be bloody playing. Be paying, should I say? No playing at the moment. Players due to return to the dressing room 10 minutes ago. Wiggins losing. Can anybody find out for me whether the Sunderland AFC website is down? There's no audio coming out or anything. There's no commentary coming from the website. Does anybody can find any leads at all that it is down? It's the Russians. Nice one.
And you can change the colours, you know.
You know.
You can change it to that.
You what, son?
These are small headphones.
You know. Anyone got any jokes to share? Someone fell ill in the crowd, you see, so the match isn't on at the moment, so that's why.
Why are you in there?
Just doing the audio, son.
Where's Kim?
Just having a look at it. Mini DJ. Well, what a strange night this is supposed to be. I'm actually, there's a bit of a stir on Twitter because I've been trying to find out what's going on with the audio commentary, and this was well before that there was a medical emergency in the ground, and everybody's kicking off saying, DJ, have some respect have some respect to somebody is collapsed. Why do you want the audio on? Not realizing that I'm wanting to know, is the site down? This before all of this happened. I didn't even know there was a medical emergency when I was trying to find out what was up with the with the audio. Everybody's kicking off saying, are you sick, DJ Earth? Why do you want to know about if someone's collapsed or anything like that? It's like, I don't want to know that someone's collapsed. Of course you want respect. But this is social media, isn't it? This is where everybody gets the wrong end of the stick. It's the website's been down. I mean, you usually get audio commentary about an hour before kickoff, and there was just nothing. There was just a black haze, just like a white noise sound. There was nothing going on at all. So yeah, we can. It's the brown end of the stick. I'll just have to ring them tomorrow and just find out what's happening. Yeah, up here. I mean, I've got a direct debit set up, which is $4.99 every month, and all the other lots audio commentaries has been working absolutely fine. But it does do this from time to time. The website is just so temperamental. So I don't even think this game will go ahead, to be quite honest with you. If it's gone on for too long, the players will be getting too cold. It'll be getting too late. Put the headphones down, son. But there we are. That's what's happening. Good lad. Apparently, like I say, there's been an emergency in the ground. Now, while I've been trying to find out what's happening with the audio commentary, I had absolutely no idea that there was an emergency because I've been trying to get the audio commentary on even before kickoff. And now I'm getting hurls abuse because people are thinking I'm wanting to listen to what's going on. It's not the case. So, is this game going to go ahead? Emergency with SFC audio as well, methinks. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, this is interesting, isn't it? So, is anybody else able to get to SAFC or the Sunderland audio commentary? I don't know if you can or not. And people are saying, guessing they've stopped the audio commentary because of the respect of the fan being collapsed, but it's not, because the audio commentary on the Sunderland website was not working 30 minutes before kickoff, because you get the audio commentary starting an hour before the game starts. You know, they talk about the build up to the game, and him and Gary Bennett have a chat and that, and it was just nothing. The radio was not working even before the game started. I think there's a problem with the website itself. The radio commentary was never working. I was trying to get it on half an hour before the game, and I was clicking play, and I was just getting a like a white noise. There was no sound coming out of it at all. So I've been harping on, wanting to know what's been going on with the audio commentary, and this was way before this was even happening. I mean, the match was even on. You know, we were underway, and there was still no audio commentary coming out from Radio Newcastle before any of this had started. So, but it's done this before. Like I say, it's done this before. I don't know if anybody's used Twitter before, but it's not off. Bloody confusing. And of course, I mean, best wishes. Let's just hope everything is okay with whoever it has affected at the Stadium of Light. But like I say, I'm just totally oblivious that this has actually happened. Hi, Colin. Well, apparently the match has been suspended due to some incidents in the crowd. Now, I was trying to listen to Radio Newcastle, and I couldn't get the audio commentary on before the game had started, and there was nothing. And while I've been trying to find out what's been going on, I was totally unaware that it even had stopped as well. Yeah, I'm talking if you use the website, because I live in Carlisle, I can't get Radio Newcastle commentary because of copyright reasons. You have to be in the area to listen to the commentary on Radio Newcastle. Because you've got to pay for the commentary $4.99 a month. You have to pay Sunderland AFC $4.99, so you can listen to the website. You can listen to the stream audio on the commentary. And I was getting nothing. I was like I said, I thought I would tune in, and no, you're welcome, mate. You're welcome on. Hope the final's okay. It was at Bolton tonight. Have you noticed this is happening? This is happening a lot with these bloody people are saying it's the vaccines and stuff. People are collapsing at football matches. I mean, is that the case, or is it just because of the fact that they're making it more aware now? Because years ago they never used to stop games when there was a medical emergencies, and you were not, and you were none the wiser. Ta-na-na-na. Plymouth losing 2-0. Mm-hmm.
Are you still live?
Yeah, but it's off at the minute.
How long?
Don't know, son. Not off, suspended. Game being off for 35 minutes. Caden, you keep leaving the door open, son. Monkey. Somebody's just said on some of the one of the on the some of the social media saying it's ridiculous stopping a match for a fan keeling over. I mean, crack, there's some idiots about, isn't there? Well, there's a lot of applause coming from the stadium. So I'm presuming. Well. Games resumed after 10 minutes warm up. Well, we've got music on Radio Newcastle now. They must have sorted it out of some sort. Gordon Seymour with SAFC. Look, suspension will count as first half. Well, they're on the pitch, warming up on the side. Yeah, it does look like the audio is coming back on. This is the longest we've gone without conceding in ages. Still warming up. Yeah, we're now approaching 22-9. Expect to get underway again. They played 3 or 4 minutes, and then the game was suspended for the national emergency. They moved the person involved. There was 2 spontaneous round of applause all around the stadium when he was finally moved, and assume he's on his way to hospital. And fingers crossed, all is well as can be as expected. in circumstances at least. So let's hope he's okay. Let's hope he gets well. But the game, of course, was halted when Burton Albion was about to have a goal kick. So I think that's where the game will restart when Burnley are having their goal kick. So it's going to be a late night tonight. And the crowd are still there. They're sitting there waiting, obviously patiently. So thanks for tuning in. We've got 43 people on the channel. If you can... Hello, DJ Dave. How you doing, mate? Nice for tuning in. If you just click the thumbs up and give us a sub if you can. Yes. Well, hello, Marion Trolls. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Nice. Good game. As the first row of the stadium light goes up. No, you're welcome, Doug B. Not a problem. Thanks for all you guys for being absolutely patient. So the officials. So we're going to get onto where I think around about 12 minutes. First half will be ending when all the other games in the division will be finishing. So we're going to get a restart. It will be with a goal kick from Burton Albion, and then Garrett's away to our right, Sunderland in their red and white strip, defending the north end of the stadium. Burton all in yellow, the keeper in lime green, and all the players across the near side waiting for Ben Garrett's kick to restart this game that was suspended roughly about 55 minutes ago. The ball headed on from the halfway by Bailey Wright. breaks for Doyle. Doyle through to Defoe in the centre circle. Now Pritchard back to Mattetti, out to Winchester. Winchester in the centre circle. Back here to Bailey Wright. And Wright swings the ball up towards the edge of the Burton penalty area, trying to burst through on that far side with Defoe. And now down into the corner. Sirkin has been forced down there, but wins a throw for Sunderland. And Jermaine Defoe jogs into the penalty area. The throw to Mattetti is got two Burton players around him. He's got the ball back here, though, to Doyle. Eventually through Evans, and then into the middle to Bailey Wright in the centre of the Sunderland half. And it's played on down the right side of the Burton penalty area, looking for Gooch, cleared by Hamer. Comes back to Gooch, though, who was offside. Flag comes up on Lyndon Gooch, and it's a free kick to Burton Albion. Out comes the goalkeeper, Ben Garrett, to take this free kick. Well, we're in the second minute of the restarted game, and here is the kick from Garrett down the left wing, headed away by Bailey Wright, and then hooked on by Lakin, but back into eventually the path of Braithwaite, who got there ahead of Sirkin on the halfway line on the far side, and the ball out for a throw to Burton Albion, 20 yards from the corner on the right. It's going to be Hamer. He's going to come across from the left-hand side to take it. So this throw, as Gordon Seymour says, MK Dons won up against Charlton. All good now. Sunderland attack. Thanks everybody for staying into the chat. I do appreciate it. So get the coffee on, because we'll need it tonight. We will need the coffee. And it's gone out behind the edge of the 6-yard box for a goal kick to Sunderland. Tapped by Patterson to right and out to Winchester, who Winchester plays the ball up to the centre circle. And now here is Evans through to Stewart. Stewart, ball intercepted by Hamer, but immediately they stopped and a foul on Stewart just in the front of the centre circle. As a free kick to Sunderland, just inside the Burton Albion half. Evans is going to take this. Winchester to his right. Gooch out wide. All right, is played to Winchester. He takes his on, and Miyasi tries to block him, but it's gone back into the penalty area through for a goal kick to Burton Albion. So we're now 3 minutes into the restart. So we've played roughly 6 or 7 minutes of the game as a whole. And Ben Garrett with another goal kick for Burton Albion. Players again on this near side, who driven down the left-hand side. Up and out. Over Hayward it goes. A bit of a wild goal kick and ironic cheers from the stadium light as a throw into Sunderland on the right-hand side. And it's Winchester. Goes to it. Winchester hooks it over the head of Riassi. And Doyle helps it on its way to Sirkin. And Sirkin down the left wing here now to Stewart, who cuts back across at a low shot. And it's forced a good save down to his right and to the post from the goalkeeper. And I think was probably keeping half an eye on Defoe and Mattetti, who were up in the penalty area. It was worth a goal. But still, Sunderland 0, Burton 0. Garrett now with another goal kick. Comes down to Winchester to head on. Down the right wing. It'll come out for a throw to Burton Albion. Halfway inside their own half on this left-hand side. And thrown here to Hayward. Tom Hamer, who for the past 6 years or so has been at Oldham, signed in the summer. Comes back down to take this throw for Burton Albion on the left-hand side. And he's got a long throw, this lad. The 2 shots so far, both on target from Colin Bass. Matete gets hold of the ball through the middle now. It's still going, pokes it through to Stewart into the penalty area. Now just outside of the left across. Took a deflection of the defender. And then Hamer clears. Pritchard shoots. It's blocked and comes out here on the left. And eventually blocked again. And it came off for a Burton throw from Borthwick Jackson trying to clear it down the left wing. Up until the 4 years ago, he was playing international football for Senegal. 9 caps. Imanias, here he is on the left. He's looking for a free kick. That's going to go out for a throw to Sunderland, which Wright takes quickly. Back from halfway late to Doyle in the middle of his own half. He taps it to Bailey Wright on this right-hand side, and it's floated down towards Gooch, who gets a push in the back. Well, he thinks so. The referee and the assistant don't, and play resumes with Burton. But Doyle now has it on halfway, and in the centre circle, sweeps it out again. Poor ball, cut out by Borthwick Jackson. Effectively, it was played straight to him, but won back by Sunderland by Pritchard. Gooch trying to get it into Matete, and now Pritchard finds Matete, and to his right, Winchester. Winchester getting down the right wing again, leaving it for Gooch. Gooch looks up, swings the ball into the penalty area. It's headed out though, back to Gooch, who got his head on it, and Burton get it clear again. Yes, we'll try and give a chase to Bailey Wright down the wing, but the ball goes out off right for a throw to Burton, a few yards from Alex Neil. Burton, who beat Bolton at home, of course, last week in that game. So thanks everybody for tuning in so far. If you can please hit the subscribe button and click the thumbs up if you can. And I'm hoping you can hear me loud and clear. So, a strong challenge there by Matete on Shaughnessy, who smashed into on the touchline. And it's a free kick to Burton. And a quick word, Matete for Robert Lewis, the referee. Yeah. Winchester needs to be on his toes because Borthwick Jackson is quick. So it's going to be a free kick for Burton. He's driven it up through the middle in the end, headed away by Sunderland, by Sirkin, comes back to him a third time, and he now brings it down and gets it away to the left-hand side. It's Ross Stewart who's back there to clear this up through the centre. Drops down to the centre of defence, though, and eventually played out for a throw to Sunderland on the right wing, just inside the Burton Albion half, which will be taken by Lyndon Gooch. 9 minutes of the restarted game played. Sunderland 0, Burton 0. Winchester to Pritchard, back to Winchester, and he has to be quick to get it back to Bailey Wright, who swings it forward over the head of Defoe, headed away by Shaughnessy. And Shaughnessy, who's playing in the centre of defence alongside Sam Hughes, gets it out here to midfield to Fancien, trying to hook it away down the right wing. It's knocked out for a throw to Sunderland. Yeah, Jermaine Defoe, at times he wants it to his feet. You can tell he's trying to get into that little hole. But here's Gooch again on the right. Haymock tries to block him. Gooch tries to get away for Borthwick Jackson, who turns it out for a throw to Sunderland, which Gooch is going to take down in front of Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. Back to Winchester. Winchester on halfway to Pritchard, just ahead of him. He looks for the run of Gooch. He keep a backtrack then. He was in 2 minds. Gooch taps it in here, and Stewart just coming in with the keeper at his feet, managed to play it off the keeper behind for the first corner kick for Sunderland. So the first corner kick for Sunderland. Ross Stewart was just unlucky there. He reacted well. Good ball by Pritchard. Ross Stewart knew all along that wasn't going to get squeezed in, but he did enough to get a corner. First corner for the lads. Sunderland on the right-hand side in the southwest corner, and Pritchard's going to take the kick. And, there's several little groups, pockets of Sunderland players inside the penalty area, and obviously Jermaine Defoe on the goalkeeper. Pritchard then with the corner from the right-hand side, driven in low. Winchester, little backheel through, which is knocked behind by Mancien for another corner for Sunderland. So Pritchard again from the right-hand side, second Sunderland corner. Both arms raised by Pritchard. Now they line up behind the penalty spot. This time, and a variance as the ball swept in towards the far post, headed back across and over the top by Doyle for a goal kick. Should have done better with that header, really. So it's a fairly lively start. We are playing a little bit better. 12 minutes plus the 3 or 4 minutes that we had already played. So we played around about approximation of played around about 16, 17 minutes of the game as the goal kick for Burton Albion. Again, it's driven towards the left by Ben Garrett, headed firmly forwards by Bailey Wright. And out it goes. No, it's just kept in by Shaughnessy in front of Ross Stewart, and then headed down and out by Bailey Wright. On the Burton left, again down by Alex Neil. Tom Hamer comes forward again, 22-year-old, playing at left back this evening to take this through for Burton. We need some support at the minute. He's taken his time and then herds it down towards the ass, and it's dropped behind him. Doyle leaves it for Patterson to collect, and he jogs out towards the back to his penalty area. He's blue goalkeeping kit. And if you're just joining us, of course, we had a delay of not far or off around about of an hour due to a medical emergency. And we'd only had about 3 or 4 minutes of play before play was suspended. And the game restarted at 9:15. So that's the position we're at the minute in terms of time, as Evans plays the ball through the centre circle to Winchester. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank is getting quite exercised down on the touchline as Gooch now wins his way through, finds Matete, who slipped it through to pass to Foe and away from Sirkin behind for a goal kick. Just a little bit too hard, wasn't it? Very little mention of Defoe so far, says Jeff Stoddart, but I've just mentioned him there. Gooch is looking bright, though. Lyndon Gooch is looking bright. He's been busy, but he has been out for a few games. Chris Smith says they're going to try and catch us on the break. So another goal kick for Burton Albion. Not really had anything to note at the other end. It's been largely Sunderland pressing. And here's the goal kick. Again, away down this left wing. Headed down by Gooch to Stewart, who lays it down to Pritchard, who's looking for Defoe. Defoe down to the right corner of the penalty area, looks up and plays it straight against the defender Hughes, but it drops for Sunderland with Stewart now to Gooch, and Gooch on the touchline, back inside to Winchester to swing his cross in, and it's headed behind on the far side by Johnny Smith for another Sunderland corner, their third of the game. So at least they're giving Burton something to think about at the back. Playing 25 minutes of the game, and we've seen more in this 25 minutes than we did on Saturday in the first 45 minutes of the game. Without a question of a doubt. Much, much better, much more improved from Sunderland, much improved. And Pritchard over the left-hand side now with the Roker end with this corner kick. Everybody virtually. The 6-yard box, it's headed up by Hamer. It's not been cleared. It's going to drop here for Sunderland on the left-hand side of the penalty area, and Bailey Wright eventually back and swung in by Gooch, who's on the left, who's cutting back across the right. Now has come back to Mateti in the centre circle and all the way back to Patterson in the middle of his half, who's cleared this up towards Pritchard. He's had to be quick because Mancienne was closing him down. He finds Gooch. Gooch in the middle, through to Pritchard again. Pritchard, lovely feet, little twirl, trying to find Defoe, pushed out only to find Winchester, and now into Pritchard again. Pritchard is done well. He got enough onto Johnny Smith and shot just past the foot of the right post. Unlucky. At least we got a shot away. We're showing a bit more confidence around the middle as well, our Sunderland. Ball sticking to them. Yeah, nice passing and moving from Sunderland. We've not seen this in a long, long time. Sam Hughes now out wide to the left wing from Jackson, looking for Winchester, got there first. Lake and heads are clear again, but Pritchard on halfway, turns, floated down to the edge of the penalty area, but out on the corner as Ben Garrett scoop it up, getting back up on his feet as Jackson limping away back into the Sunderland half, waiting for Garrett to kick, which he does. Towards the right this time. It's headed away by Doyle, and that's a foul, but no free kick. And Defoe battling for it with Mateti, who was trying to get the ball inside, and it was Stewart who was fouled. Here's Mateti on the touchline, playing it back now to Doyle, to Patterson. And Patterson is in his D, plays it out again to Doyle, and Defoe calling for it, making a break. Come out wide now to Gooch on the right wing. Plays it through to the legs of Borthwick Jackson, but he turned, reacted, and got it back for Burton. Plays it up to the Nias on the halfway line. And now it's come out again on the left with Hamar to try and push forward. Straight to Evans. Then Winchester back to Doyle in the centre circle. Doyle now through the middle. Defoe gets it back from Stewart, plays it 1-2, but it breaks again in the centre. Mateti now trying to get the ball away. Mancienne gets it clear. Back to Doyle. And here's Wright again in the centre circle. And it's played out wide and onto the head of Hamer in front of Gooch, who finds it, headed onto Borthwick Jackson. And Powell now, foul, says the referee, and the moans and groans by the stadium alike as it's a free kick to Burton. 57 people in the chat. Thank you very much. If you can please give us a thumbs up, click that like button if you haven't, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd much appreciate it if you would. It's very much. But here comes Patterson now for Sunderland and gathers it for the Red and Whites with the score 0-0. So a long ball looking for Defoe. Hughes spins, turns it away. Stewart nods it down again. Hooked away again. Braithwaite, this time up to the halfway line. Headed on by Bailey Wright. Picked up by Johnny Smith. Braithwaite now to his right. And side the Burton half. Mancienne turning it away down the right-hand wing. And he's got his eye on this, Doyle, and making no mistake by hoofing it into the east stand. Nias on his shoulder. Throw to Burton Albion. Clearly throw into Burton. Quite quiet stadium alight at the moment. The ball's still out of play. A few empty seats in the stadium, but Hammond now with a throw for Burton Albion into the central penalty area. Oh, it's headed towards Nat and Nias, and a block, and another block from Smith for a corner to Burton. Good defending, desperate defending, whatever you want to say. But that was good defending by Sunderland. We kept the ball out. And again, it's just come from a ball into the box. We've got to deal with these balls into the box. Burton should have scored. They should have scored. Nielsen should have scored. Smith, good defending. Good defending. It was shot into the ball, into the goal, and they just got a foot in, blocked it. First corner for Burton on the right-hand side of the north end of the stadium, and whipped in here to the 6-yard box, over Patterson and behind for another corner. Just looking at the replay there, it was well cleared, but we are nervous from set play, Sunderland. We don't look comfortable. We're fragile. So another corner for second consecutive corner for Burton. Down to take it on this left-hand side, a jog right across, and is Powell. And now they look to break from the back of the penalty area, and Nias is on the goalkeeper, and Mateti's there with him as well. It's into the back of the 6-yard box, and it's Stewart, who, surprise, who heads it away out towards Powell on the left. Defoe needs to make a plug up. Powell gets the ball in, and it's headed away, but the whistle's blown. Push, I think, on Bailey Wright. So Burton's definitely come the nearest there from scoring. Should have been 1-0 to Burton, but it's not. It was cleared nearly off the line. It was about a yard off the line, but it was cleared and blocked. But right forwards now into the path of Stewart, who nods it down to Defoe. Defoe has Matete to his left, to the edge of the penalty area, plays it back behind him for Pritchard. Pritchard now turns it back to the left again to Matete, and now he plays it back to Pritchard, and Pritchard square towards Winchester. A foul on Matete, but no, was it a foul on Pritchard? Yeah, it is. It's a foul on Pritchard. Pritchard now Charlton nil, MK Dons 2. Thank you, Conrad. Dank. So, a free kick. 22 minutes into the resumption. We played about 3 or 4 minutes of the game before it was stopped. Felt suspended, should I say. And it was Pritchard who was just taken by Mancien. And we'll take the free kick. Doug B says need wins for playoff contention. We certainly do. So the wall lines up for Burton. We're being marched back by the referee, Mark Lewis. Matete aside the free kick. And Sirkin is ever just looking back in to marshal any possible breakaway. Ross Stewart's wide on the right of the penalty area. He's going to put it into the area. He's going to run and attack it. Pritchard now left by Matete to take the free kick, who drives it in just over the bar. Terrific strike, but only just over. Good strike by Pritchard. It was a way out. It was a good 30 yards out, but it's still 0-0. Stadium of Light. A much delayed game. We'd normally be in the early stages of the second half, but we're middle stages of the first half, and the ball's played over the top of Smith to Chase, pushes it into the penalty area, onto his left foot, and stumbles slightly and plays it straight to the goalkeeper. And once again, Sunderland got away with it. Wide open again at the back. Every time there's a ball over the top, we'll just look lost. Gee, God's sake. Defoe shot now, and that curls round the post a couple of yards wide for a goal kick to Burton. Long ball control played behind him there, but he was away. We had a look on this side, we had a bad touch, yep. But nice to see Defoe there. Gets in the strike there, and it was a bit wayward. And he was away on his own there. Nice to see Defoe, though. Love to get a goal. And I thought the Sun now on the left-hand side, 20 yards in the corner of the foot of the east stand. Sirkin to Matete. Back it comes to Wright up into the Burton half, but played out by Shaughnessy. Hamer knocks it down. It looks like a handball. It was a claim for handball, but the crowd says play goes on. No appeals. A ball cleared straight to Borthwick Jackson by Wright. And now Powell trying to get on the end of this corner, and it's just knocked out by Evans for a throw to Burton. Next up for Burton, as Gateshead 3, Farsley 0. They're going really well at the top of their league, of the Conference South, National League South, whatever it is now. Got to treat this like a corner, don't they, Burton, where it is at the moment. Here's the throw hurled in towards a penalty spot. Bounces down and is headed out by Sirkin, and Pritchard gets his foot through it, and it's now Mancien against the foe. Mancien gets his head on it, and it will come out to the left touchline where he keeps it in, and now will push on the shoulder of Matete. It's won back by the foot of Gooch to Pritchard, who skips past Hamer down this right hand side of the penalty area, tries to cross, blocked by Hamer, and a corner kick. Well played, Alex Pritchard. Excellent energy from Pritchard. Brilliant energy from Pritchard. Nearly exploited the situation there, but they do get a corner for that. From that, as Pritchard bounces back to his feet and gets the ball in the corner here, flicks it up into his hands. Interesting to see 26 minutes played on resumption, roughly about half an hour into the first half. Yeah, now to time to put the goalkeeper under pressure for Burton. Got these little pockets of Sunderland players dotted around the penalty area. As Pritchard drives us in towards the far side of the box, as Stewart, he gets his head on it, but the whistle's blown for a foul. For fuck's sake, man. Picks himself up, and a free kick for Burton. So an anticlimax there. Away from home, not particularly strong record, Burton. 1-4, drawn 8 and lost 9. Burton this season. 2 of those wins coming in the last 10 games at Lincoln and at Gillingham. Referee urging Ben Garrett to get on with things. Says, fucking hell, man, hurry up. Just get on with it. Bradford 1, Harrogate 2. Latest score in League 2 as Garrett kicks wide right. Up goes Niats. Gets his head on it. Drops here now for Pritchard. A little touch to his left up to Matete, who plays it over the top for Hughes to let this run through to the goalkeeper who's come out of his area. To clear straight to Pritchard, looking for Defoe, but Leighton just jumped in front of him and got the ball out to the far side where it's played up and headed clear by Sirkin. Listen to the Mancien, and then Powell looks it out to the left wing looking for Borthwick Jackson, who takes it into the centre here and lunge by Winchester and a free kick and a yellow card to Winchester. Doncaster 1, Accrington 0. Gordon Seymour. So Winchester, a yellow card, his 7th of the season. But this is where we're going to start playing with our heads a little bit. Silly challenge there. Really picked up a yellow card. What was the point of that challenge to get that yellow card in the middle of the Sunderland half? It wasn't going anywhere. It was an unnecessary yellow card. And Alex Neil is conversation with the 4th official here. Not happy about something. There's notes being taken by the 4th official. Powell is going to take the free kick for Burton Albion eventually. So just slightly left of central in the middle of the Sunderland half as the Burton player, fouled by Winchester, is still receiving treatment on the pitch. Over the last 5 games, only Crewe have a worse record than Sunderland AFC. Yeah, it's pretty depressing, Gordon, isn't it? Just laid out on his back. He's obviously either been winded or something, but he's still receiving treatment. Physio's on. Just more time adding on. I think it's Mancien is getting treatment. Don't know if it's cramp or anything. I don't know what it is. He's up on his feet now. And walking with a slight limp towards the touchline. And Powell will replace the ball where Borthwick Jackson was lying on the pitch. 30 minutes played of the restarted game, and we add on to that 3 or 4 minutes, and that's where we are in the first half. Borthwick Jackson now waiting to come back on, and Smith and Powell over this free kick for Burton Albion. Borthwick Jackson still waiting to come back on. It's another strange rule where injured party. Into balls played into Sam Hughes. His came out and Patterson came out and was almost blocked by Evans, but they got the ball clear. Sunderland out for a throw to Burton on the far side. Again, a free header. He's headed it back across. Good reaction by Patterson. Bravely came out there. But we need to tighten up at the back. And he's Matete. It's going to get caught by Powell if he's not careful. He gets it back to Sirkin into Doyle to clear. And headed forwards by Braithwaite. Headed on by Mancien. Comes down and played out by Evans for a throw to Burton Albion. Burton Albion just getting into the game a little bit here. They're just too easy to put the ball out. Can we not put it out another 10 or 20 yards up the field? I don't know. Hamer with a long throw for Burton. Middlesbrough 2, West Bromwich Albion 1. We're just creating pressure for ourselves. Like, if a long throw into the penalty area now with Hamer, headed out firmly by Stewart twice, says Hamer in front of Defoe, plays it back to Mancien, who's plays it across both at Jackson and out to Powell on the left hand of the halfway line, back to Borthwick Jackson, down to the ass, who plays it off right for a throw to Burton. Good spell of pressure from Burton this in front of Alex Neil. So Sunderland need to really regroup here. Come on, man. We should be fucking murdering these, man. Hamer again with a throw for Burton into Lakin. Lakin now swinging it across, looking for Smith in the penalty area. But it's come down. He's got it down on his foot in front of Sirkin. Tries to turn Sirkin away and find an opening. And he pokes it back behind for a cross from Braithwaite. Headed out by Winchester. Not cleared and eventually shot wide. And it's a deflection, though, from someone in the penalty area. But the ball's gone into the box. Sirkin, instead of going attacking the ball, he's looking to see where the player is. Instead of going to the fucking ball, he's looking where's the player? Where's the player? Attack the ball. It's the ball that you need to get. Jesus, we out the back are fucking awful. The clock's showing 45 minutes, but I'm slightly confused by that because they did definitely come off after 3 or 4 minutes play. The ball's put behind for a goal kick here. I'm wondering when we actually stopped the clock, to be honest with you. We'll tell you, the 10 minutes would tell you with the fact that we're now in the 33rd minute. So it'll take us up to 43 plus the 3 or 4 added on. So it's sort of roundabout there in the end. We're getting there. We're getting there. But the main thing is, let's just hope that fan's okay. Let's just hope he's all right. That's all that bloody matters, really. So here's a kick now from Patterson into the Burton half. Hooked on by Sirkin. Comes back into the centre circle. And Burton, Winchester now. Winchester out wide to Gooch. And Gooch inside now to Pritchard. But he runs into Hamer. And Hamer now playing it through the middle, looking for Nias's run. But out comes Patterson and kicks us up over the halfway line. And Pritchard penalised again for a foul on Charlie Lakin. Signed from Birmingham in the summer last season for Burton. He was also on loan to Ross County. So 0-0. We're into this 10-minute period of added time as we rebalance. Now, it's played out for a throw to Sunderland on the right-hand side. Winchester now will take this a few yards down from Alex Neil. Finds Gooch. Borthwick Jackson on his shoulder. He swings it across, looking for Sirkin, who crashes in to Brayford. But Sirkin, he's been penalised, Sirkin, and it looked like Brayford had purposely blocked him. Sirkin was trying to push the ball on and Brayford blocked him, but the free kick's been given the other way. That is just bizarre. Wigan 1, Wigan 1. These fucking referees, like, The referee's coming across now to the touchline. The fourth official, I think, has had a word in his ear. Robert Lewis coming down here. Oh, he's going to book Alex Neil. A yellow card for Alex Neil. And the referee is beginning to lose the plot a bit here at the stadium. Like, it wouldn't be the bloody first one, would it? Well, there's been some consistency when it comes to shit referees, isn't it? Fuck's sake. Chorus of boos around the stadium are like. Or was it the number 2 that got the card? No, it was Martin Cannon that got the card for Sunderland. But it all started when they actually fouled a Sunderland player. And then they got a free kick. Free kick from Powell, swept in the penalty area, and a push this time from Bailey Wright again, and another free kick, this time to Sunderland with ironic cheers around the stadium alight. But these refs are just fucking clueless. That's why we need to get out this division. It's 0-0 though. Dear oh dear. A couple of minutes into the 10 minutes being added on, but it's all academic. We had this stoppage and then nearly an hour suspension before the game really resumed, and we're played now 36 minutes of that resumption. And here is a chase back. A split slips, and over him goes Nias. A flag was up for offside. Bloody hell. He got away with one there again. Sunderland there. Quickly out. And Doyle gives the ball away here to Borthwick Jackson on the halfway into the centre to Powell, who lifts it away to the left, trying to get it over Bailey Wright, and hits it back away from Hamer to Patterson. God, they live on the back, on the nerve, Sunderland at the back. Jesus. Sloppy passes, misplaced passes at the back, getting ourselves into trouble. Here's Wright now, driving one down the right wing. Heyman will let it fall out for a throw to Burton Albion. Heading towards the break, 0-0. Live here in my conservatory with DJ Earth. Hamer with the throw down the line. Headed on by Borthwick Jackson. Gets a second. And then a challenge by Lias on Winchester, which has left Winchester writhing in a bit of pain here down in the Nias's feet. And the referee's calling him back here, Nias. And Winchester being helped up by Corey Evans. It's going to be okay, Winchester, without a doubt. Looked worse than what it was. Nias being spoken to. But Burton definitely, I would say, finishing this half the better of the two. No yellow card by the referee here. We've got a free kick to Sunderland. 6 to 7 minutes till half time. 0-0. Yes, half time, and it's 25 past 9. Billy Wright places the ball for the free kick. 3 yards in front of Alex Neil. Drives across diagonally looking for Leapham. The leap of Stewart as Mancian got his head to it. And then drops down a way out off Sirkin for a throw to Burton Albion. The match has just lost its momentum. There's no flow. It's a bit scrappy from Sunderland. After that period when they looked a bit sharp. But they've definitely lost their momentum, Sunderland. We've just got to concentrate, get to half time and sort it out and regroup. That's what we need to do. So 75 people now in the chat. So if you can click that thumbs up, thank you very much. And give us a sub if you haven't. Thank you. Picture now, looking for Gooch. Tries to head it on down past Hamer. Hamer gets it clear. Large call from the crowd from a handball on Borthwick Jackson, but no reaction from the officials. And here's Winchester on the right now to Gooch. And Gooch trying to cut inside now to Hamer. Hamer going with him. Gooch now trying to swing it in, but blocked by Mancien. And eventually comes back out here. Oh, it's give a foul. The referees give a foul. Fucking hell. And a free kick to Burton Albion. Defoe is just so frustrated. He's wanting the ball to his feet. He's just not getting the service Defoe at all. You can see you can see he's just frustrated. Like he's trying to pick these little runs Defoe. He's wanting the ball played here, and he's just not getting anything. And it makes him actually look a bad player. It makes Defoe look a bad player because he's just not getting the service. Yeah, so Wickham 1, Wigan 2. You got to take it off to them, Conrad. And that's the way. That's why they're up there and we aren't. But Jermaine Defoe, it's still Jermaine Defoe, but you know. But anyway, he's good for the cross from the right into no man's land, effectively, and comes off Johnny Smith for a throw to Sunderland. Bolton 1, Lincoln 1. Yes, these are all games that are heading towards their finale. We're in a game which is heading towards climax of the first half, and it's 0-0. And Sirkin with the throw finds Pritchard, and now Matete swings the ball into the penalty area, headed away behind for a corner for Sunderland. Good cross, and Sunderland's 5th corner of the game. Can we get a good delivery in? Can we get a delivery in without a foul? Let the referee blown for something. Let's have something fucking happen for once. Get the ball in the box. Let's make something of this instead of just ending like a wet fish all the bloody time. Jesus, surely sometime. Be a good time to score this just before halftime. Pritchard on the right swings it in here, drops for Nias, who clears from the 6-yard line out into midfield by Shaughnessy, and eventually off Sirkin on the right for a throw to Burton. Fucking hell, man. And Hamer as forwards now grabbing the ball to take the throw for Burton Albion. 0-0, just a minute or two away from half time. And in fact, that is half time. The whistle has blown for half time. There's a lot of chorus of boos, but that is for the referee. A total fuck up from the referee there. The last 10 minutes, he lost the plot. So I'm just going to grab a quick refreshment and take the old trouser snake Jake for a pee. Back in a second.
about an hour later than planned this evening. So if you're listening to us on BBC Radio Newcastle, Steph and Benny will not get underway until obviously this football match finishes. If you really, really, really want to listen to Steph, and I'm sure that lots of you do, then if you want to do that, you'll have to go onto the internet, you'll have to go onto the BBC Sounds app and find either BBC Radio Tees or BBC Radio Cumbria, because on those two stations he will start at 10 o'clock as normal. Let's run through the other football scores from this evening then, and we'll be back with Nick Barnes and Gary Bennett shortly. Most of these games obviously kicked off at 7:45 and therefore are into the last sort of 10 minutes or so, but they're not actually full times any of these yet. So, start of the Championship, Coventry 1-1 at Bristol City. Now, Ian Maatson had given Coventry the lead, Bristol City equalising in the second half through Chris Martin. Barnsley are 2-0 up away at Hull City. Callum Styles and Carlton Morris towards the end of the first half, and that is still the scoreline about 10 minutes, let's say, from the end. Middlesbrough turned it round, so they're beating West Bromwich Albion by 2-1. Jason Gillespie had given West Brom the half-time lead, but Paddy McNair and Marcus Tavernier inside the space of 10 minutes in the middle of that second half. So Middlesbrough 2-1 up on West Brom. It's still goalless between Preston and Nottingham Forest, and Reading have actually just taken a second, or scored a second at home to Birmingham, so it's 2-0. That one kicked off at 8 o'clock. But Reading 2, Birmingham City 0. Lucas Joao after 67 minutes. A John Swift penalty at 7 minutes after that. Into League One then, Cambridge United still leading Plymouth by 2-0. MK Dons now 2-0 up away at Charlton. Tenai Watson towards the end of the first half. Kane Kessler towards the beginning of the second. Oxford United winning 1-0 at Crewe Alexandra as well. Kieran Brown with that one on the 69th minute. We've got a couple of late goals, or late-ish goals in League One as well. We'll come to them in a second. Doncaster Rovers 1-0 up on Accrington Stanley. Josh Martin with that one. Fleetwood against Sheffield Wednesday was postponed yesterday because of storm damage at Highbury. Gillingham against AFC Wimbledon and Ipswich against Cheltenham. Both goals. I think Doncaster just scored a second. Joseph Aluga, so they are 2-0 up on Accrington Stanley. Rotherham United still 2-0 up on Morecambe as well. Freddie Ladapo scored twice in the first half hour. Portsmouth have turned it around and are now leading 2-1 away at 10-man Shrewsbury. Denver Hewitt was who scored Portsmouth's equaliser. Louis Thompson has got their second. They've still got 7 or 8 minutes to play in that one. Wycombe Wanderers against Wigan Athletic is now Wycombe 1, Wigan 3. Callum Lang has scored twice in the space of 5 minutes for Wigan, so they lead 3-1 at Wycombe. It's Bolton 1, Lincoln City 1 as well. That one an 8 o'clock kickoff in League 1. In League 2, Harrogate have turned it round. They were 1-0 down at Bradford City at half-time, but they now lead by 2-1. Warren Burrell and Lewis Page with those goals. Hartlepool United still a 0-0 down at Colchester. Bristol Rovers 2-0 up at Leyton Orient. Anthony Evans and Aaron Collins towards the end of the first half. Port Vale winning 1-0 at Rochdale. It's goalless between Scunthorpe and Northampton. Swindon running away with it. They're 5-0 up on Walsall. Louis Barry and Ricky Aguilar with 2 each in there. A late goal in the Championship as well, so it's now Bristol City 1, Coventry 2. Victor Gyökeres making it 2-1 to Coventry. What then is the 89th minute. In non-league then, Gateshead, the league leaders, 3-0 up on Barnsley Celtic as we get towards the final few minutes. And Barnsley in the 85th minute, Gateshead 3, Barnsley Celtic 1. It's going well with Blythe Spartans as well, because they are winning 3-2 at Southport. They are into 5 minutes of injury time, but it would be a huge win for them, Southport.
Well, hello, I'm back again. And I've got a lovely ham and peas pudding sandwich. Not as good as a roca pie, but it'll do. So some of the comments, stats in our favour, but we need a goal. Gordon Seymour, Josie, if you're betting on SSC, I'm not surprised you are poor. Mad Moderator, clean sheet at least. Conrad Tank says Wycombe 1, Wigan 3. Bloody hell. Can we already now congratulate Rotherham and Wigan for achieving promotion? Without us, I've said they've gone up bloody weeks ago, months ago. They've walked it. DJ Dave, we are consistent as well, Conrad. Consistently bad. Let's be honest, says Jeff Stoddart. Jeff Stoddart says, let's be honest, how long would we survive if we did get promotion with this setup? DJ Dave says we need to make 11 changes if we went up. It's peas pudding, Conrad. Without doubt, peas pudding and ham sandwiches, best food in the world. Colin B says, gets me down, Sunderland. 4 years, start off well, and then go backwards. It's just weird. So it's finished Gateshead 3, Farlsley 1. Peas pudding is absolutely delicious. Never heard of peas pudding before. Have a look it up. Don't mock it till you try it. So we're going to take a little trip down to enjoying this halftime refreshments. So I hope you guys is enjoying the commentary and you can hear me loud and clear. There we are, Gordon. Somebody knows about. Wow, I've now got 538 subscribers. Massive, massive thank you for people who subscribe to my channel. Trying to make it grow. I will be getting it looking more professional with some nice little bits and bobs telling you what the live scars are. It'll look a lot better than what this is. But I'm learning. It's a learning curve. But I'm absolutely made up of 538 subscribers. Can I get to 550 before the end of the stream? But thank you very much. Gordon says, I'm steeping split peas tonight to make peas pudding in the morning. Yep. Colin B, right, how well, lads. Shot number 10, back of the net, please. So I'm wondering if we'll get Jermaine Defoe. He'll come off at half time. I'm presumably he will do. So time to full time in League One. Cambridge United have beaten Plymouth by 2-0. So let's have a little delve into some of the social media and see what the fans make of the first half so far. So for half time, it is 0-0. Stephen Wallace has said, I suppose we are not losing. Craig Rogers says, we're poor like. I like the look of Matete though. I'd like to see Clark and Roberts start on the wings, cutting inside. Martin Cutler has said, some of the worst refereeing I've seen there, mind absolutely shambolic. And Doyle and Cirkin on the left side of defence are fucking dreadful. Doyle has been our worst player for months. Mark Johnson's right. Better energy for the first 25 minutes, but the referee totally ruined that as a football game. Shocking display. Where's my moonshine? Hey, John. I'm glad you like it, mate. I'm glad you're enjoying it, John McCann. Glad you're enjoying the commentary. Hang around if you want. You don't have to hang around if you don't have to. If you think it's boring, I'm not going to argue with you. I'll respect your wishes. Cheers. Enjoying that. So, Jake Duffy, you've said, won't score in a month of Sundays. Just deleted that clown, John McCann. It's like, it's just some people just didn't appreciate anything. You're giving up your time to give a bit of commentary to the fans. It's not that boring. I'm sure it's not that boring. But it doesn't matter what you do. You're going to get these spammers going on that just likes to be sausage jockeys, don't you? That's all you get. It doesn't matter what you could save somebody's life and someone will moan about it. Best thing is not to argue with them. Just get rid. Philip Harbord has said, very poor. Cirkin is getting worse. Well, I think this manager will change early and get Clark and Roberts on living in hope for a win. So, 0-0 here now. Ipswich 0, Cheltenham 0. That too, a full-time score. And it's Bolton 3, Lincoln 1, the latest. Thank you very much, John S. Ignore them. I'm a Rotherham fan. I think you do a good job. Keep it up. Thank you. Thank you very much, John. I know you guys appreciate it. I know you do. But you get these little kids coming in, don't you? You do. So we're now waiting the breakthrough of the opening goal. As the ball's played forward and wide into touch by Sam Hughes. I think the worrying factor is Burton are there to be beaten. And again, you've got to raise the game. We have to raise the game second half. We've got to be a bit more adventurous. And by doing that, we might have to bring on the likes of Clark or even a Roberts. Is the 4 going to play the 90? I would think not. But here he is. He's getting shoved in the back by Shaughnessy. And a free kick to Sunderland of the middle of the Burton Albion half. So, Pritchard will fancy a pot from the distance. He smashed one earlier, which went over the bar, but not by much. This is about 30 yards out. Mattetti is alongside him. Alone two in the Burton wall. Doyle is up on the shoulder of Pritchard as well. Just had the stream has just froze. And now we're back up and running. And we're back. And we're back. And we're back. And we're back. We're back. We're back. The referee's pointing back now to Bengawan as he changes angles and decides to take the goal kick from the left of his 6-yard box and drives it down and out into the arms of Lyndon Gooch, who caught it and takes the throw down the line, and a trip on Pritchard as he's about to scoot past Shaughnessy over there on the far side into the corner. And I think it's a yellow card with ironic cheers from the stadium, like for the Irishman in the centre of the Burton Albion defence. Oh my God, 11 shots now, says Colin B. As assembled in the penalty area. It's finished 1, Wycombe 1, Wigan 3. Probably the best result for Sunderland if they were to work on the basis of the playoffs. Working on the basis that Wigan and Rotherham are just going to walk it. They really are. And run away with that division. Pritchard then with the free kick. We need a good delivery in. Come on. We need a good delivery in. 18, 20 yards in from the corner on the right. Pritchard now curls this in. And it's dropped behind Stewart. He found right behind him and tried to get on the end of it. And it's a break here now through the middle. And Nias is played behind him by Smith. And it runs back through to Patterson, who kicks clear up to the halfway line. An awkward bounce. Powell trying to get ahead of Pritchard. And it's nabbed off him by Winchester. It's making a run through the middle. Into the penalty area on his left foot. Tries to shoot. Blocked by Brayford. And comes out to the left touchline. Kept in by Winchester. Back to Sirkin behind him. And now Pritchard forward to Matete. Out toward Winchester on the left again. Back to Sirkin. Sirkin now leaves it to Winchester. A little flick on, but Smith intercepts. And Smith turns it away. Back down the right touchline. And Nias trying to run onto it. Loses it. Evans gets it back to right. Right now to Evans again. And out to Winchester on the left here. And Matete calling for it, gets it, but shows too much to Powell. And then he fouls Powell, and then that'll be a free kick to Burton Albion. First time on this channel, best commentary I've seen up till now. Thanks very much, Gordon Harrick. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll buy you a packet of crisps someday. Give us a sub if you want. But thanks for the comment, appreciate it. I will definitely bring on Clark for the last half hour. It might be interesting to see how much Defoe actually plays as the ball floated down to Nias and eventually breaks for Pritchard, who pushes it on looking to Defoe and done well to hold off Hughes and played across it into the path of Hamer into the centre circle and down to Borthwick Jackson wide on the left, swings the ball into the penalty area and Patterson catches it. Kicks quickly upfield looking for Stewart, trying to get his head on it. It's forced away from him through the middle. Eventually, Smith chasing this, almost caught, but he's come away with the ball, Smith, and he's got support with Borthwick Jackson on the left of the penalty area. And no ball into the corner, and Burton Albion have come with Borthwick Jackson, has opened the scoring, and it's Sunderland 0, Burton Albion 1. We just fucking can't defend again. We just cannot defend for Toffee. And here we fucking go again. Ah, Jesus Christ. We don't do that. Once again, a counter-attack, wallop, goes up the other end and scores. Our defence is just absolutely shit. For fuck's sake. We've got to be stronger in the tackle, for God's sake. You're welcome, Regan Davis. Thank you. They put the ball out wide. He has a touch. Fired is in. He's got that belief. We don't. Fucking hell, Sunderland. Jesus Christ. It's a response that Sunderland need. Here's Pritchard. And he's trying to whip this into Stewart. It's cleared by Burton Albion, who now, of course, got there something to hold on to. And a longer ball played along across the top from a frustrated Winchester down into the corner. But have we really troubled their goalkeeper? We haven't. Have we really created an open chance? Have we heard the stadium go, yeah, we haven't. We haven't had fuck all as opportunities. Jesus Christ, man. Is this officially the worst Sunderland side that we've ever seen? It's a good job it's nearly the end of the season, because at this calibre, we'd be getting fucking relegated. Never mind going for the playoffs. It's looking like we're the worst side in this fucking league. And here's a throw to Stewart. Middlesbrough have beaten West Brom 2-1. Steve Bruce having a good start there. Doyle to right in their own half. And then Wright brings up the halfway line, floats it, look at for Stewart, headed away fairly comfortably by Shaughnessy. It's going to drop to Gooch now. And the worst time, Hamer goes and blocks the cross. A throw to Sunderland. Comes back quickly to Winchester. Winchester now onto his left foot, shoots. Good save by Garrett. Excellent save. And that was going to curl into the corner, but Garrett yet absolutely onto it, nailed the save and gets it out quickly to Brayford. And it's pushed on now past Doyle by Smith. And Smith now get it into the penalty area, gets it into Nias, and Nias is trying to dig this out, forced to the right of the box, plays it out here to Brayford. Brayford to Nias again, is on the shoulder of Matete, plays it back into midfield to Hamer. Hamer now down on the left-hand side of the penalty area to Borthwick Jackson. He was tripped, but play goes on. And this is dangerous from Burton. Sunderland survived, which should have been a free kick, really, but then win ones themselves for a foul in the middle on Jermaine Defoe. I tell you what, though, a bit of pace from any other side and we're fucked. Anytime a side that just runs out of the fence, we just fucking collapse, capitulate, and just crumble. Every fucking time we play, that just seemed to break, cuts us open. Weak as piss. Plays it straight now to Lakin. In the middle now to Powell. Out to Borthwick Jackson on the left-hand side. Hamer's sprinting into the penalty area. Lakin lays it off. He plays it off towards Smith on the right into the penalty area. He's forced out now for the moment, but then gets in a shot through to Patterson and goes down to make the save. We're struggling. Burton are really getting on top of this match. The fans are starting to boo. They're starting to get frustrated here. We have to go to back four because at the present moment we're struggling big time. Is Matete now back to Doyle? Drives this up looking for Stewart. Hughes now beats him in the air. Shaughnessy gets it up to the halfway line on the right here to Smith, who stabs it back to Brayford. Lifts it over the top. Powell will chase. Doyle gets it in from Patterson. Patterson comes out to clear. Up into the centre circles. It's all Burton at the moment. As Shaughnessy heads it on straight to right. And right now up to halfway line. Lays it off to his left to Sirkin. Looking for the runner Matete down the left wing. He's out on the touchline. Is holding off Hamer, Mancien at the moment, who finally fouls him. And Sunderland readying Embleton now for the substitution. Who's going to come off? Is it Defoe? And once again, we don't know if Defoe's even been on the pitch. It's so fucking disappointing. We need to change the shape of you, man. So disappointed for Defoe. All that hype when we got him, but he's Pritchard on the left now. Sunderland trailing 1-0. Nearly an hour played. And here's Pritchard, 5 yards in, swinging the ball into the penalty area, and it's headed behind for a corner. Bolton have beaten Lincoln 3-1. They're really going great guns, Bolton, at the moment. And here's Pritchard now on the left with this corner. A lot of players heading into the 6-yard box, squeezing themselves in that small area. The ball played in here and headed out by Mancien. He's been everywhere, he has, Mancien for Burton. Put back in by Sirkin, headed out again by Brayford. Put back and down the right by Evans, and it's Stewart who's wide. Lays it off again to Evans and carries on into the box. Stewart waiting for the ball to follow in. Wright couldn't get it in. Both with Jackson now, pokes it back to his area and it's cleared. Sirkin now runs onto it in front of Nias on the right here. And a block by Powell on Doyle, and it's played back, on Evans, and it's played back to Patterson. He kicks up to the halfway line, straight to Borthwick Jackson. He finds Powell down the left wing, calling for it inside here, down the left-hand side, down the penalty area. He's Lakin, eventually picked up by Bailey Wright, good defending, and it's picked up by Patterson. And a foul on Bailey Wright, and it's a free kick to Sunderland. Embleton to come on now for Sunderland, and it's Evans who's coming off. Hey, fucking hell. Jeff Stobbart says you can't make silk purse out of a sousy. Marion tells this is so embarrassing, disgusting. Poor fans, absolutely. So, substitute coming on. I just want to see Defoe do something and all. It's like all the hype when we were getting him. It's like you don't even know he's on the pitch. You didn't know he's on the pitch. Permanent League One team. If this carries on, Doug will be in Division 2, mark my word. I would like to see the current form team. I bet you we're bottom or near the bottom. Free kick to Sunderland, taken quickly. But we've got to add more options. We've got no options. Gooch finds Wright. Nias is waiting to pounce. It's back to Patterson. Burton have got a spring in this step. But we play it out to Doyle. And I think Sunderland looking at another change. I think Clark might be the player. Alex Neil's got his arm round his Defoe, trying to play it through to Stewart, who runs it into the path of Embleton onto his left foot and over the bar. Wanted time to play it onto his left foot. Could have hit it first time. But that situation there was the same as what Burton had. Jackson, one touch, bang, in the back of the net. Comes out to Embleton, one touch. Hit it with your right fucking pussy in about. He's checked back. Why? Just hit the fucking thing. Good job I've got my moonshine here. A bit of moonshine. But turns it away now. Patterson now rolls it out to Doyle. Nias gives chase. Doyle is bringing it out to Nias, sticking with him. Played out to Sirkin, and Sirkin inside again to Doyle. Now Matete inside of him, and then to Bailey Wright in the middle of the Sunderland half. Drives one down to the edge of the Burton penalty area, where Hughes gets in front of Stewart. Both tumble, and the ball goes behind for a goal kick. But we just look at the service into Stewart. You know, every single thing that goes into Ross Stewart is what you call a fighting ball. He's fighting all the time for it. He's never received a ball that's comfortable for him. Not the ball into his feet. It's one time the ball would go into Jermaine Defoe's feet and he nearly get an opportunity, but it's not happening. Goal kick to Burton Albion, who lead 1-0. We've got Clark and Roberts. Put them on. Don't waste any more fucking time. Clark and Roberts, get them on and get them on now. Clark will come on. We just need some sparkle. We need some spark. I still think this game's here to be won, but they need to act quick. But it's a throw to Sunderland on the left here. To Sirkin. Sirkin now. Back to Doyle. Doyle. It's route back to the keeper, and Nias nearly in a position to cut it out, but Patterson gets it, clears it up to the halfway line. Hamer heads it on, and it comes down off Wright and Matete, but eventually they do get it back to Patterson. We've got nothing to lose. We've got to win. We've got to win it. Or to waste the time trying to save these subs, put them on. We've got to win it. Here's Winchester. Comes up on Borthwick Jackson, but it does drop for Embleton. And then Borthwick Jackson intercepts and finds Powell. And then it's played over the top by Mancien for Nias to chase and headed back by Wright to Patterson. Rolled out to Doyle. Doyle now bringing this out. Fans getting really impatient. Up towards halfway, out to the left, plays it out wide to Sirkin. And Stewart is back inside in here. And he rolls it through the centre circle to Winchester. And Winchester now taking this on and looking for Embleton. Wide on the far side. It's cross took a deflection and it's hooked away by Nancy N again. And back here to Bailey Wright. Wright to Embleton. Looking for Stewart in the penalty area. And the flag's up. And a free kick to Burton Albion. We've got to sacrifice a centre back. They're making a chance. Nias is coming off, and Christian Sadie is coming on for Burton. We've got 108 people on the stream now. Thank you very, very much. If you can please click the like button and give us a subscribe. If you can subscribe to the channel, it's free to do so. I'm trying to get 550 subs if I can. Be chuffed to bits. Thank you very much anyway. So ball's out of play at the moment. Defence every time. Come on, son, and says Lee Gardner. The life of Cram if we played Burton every week. Comrade Tank says no promotion and a player like Stewart might want to leave if Championship or Premier League teams are interested. And Super Roker Raw, welcome. All the teams watched how we got manhandled by Bolton and have taken the same attitude when playing us. We haven't found a way to deal with it. John Wilson, welcome, says, don't know why we continue to be surprised. Have been bereaved of ideas for nearly 10 years. Keep sacking managers with no plans of doing anything different. Mac and Maestro says, William Storian. Can we get any worse? But anyway, Brayford finds Sadie for Burton. And he's managed to hold on a couple. Oh, and that's a bad tackle. That is a bad tackle. Sadie catching. That is a bad tackle. Referee comes down to Sadie. And that'll be a yellow card. He's only been on a minute or so. But that was a horrible, horrible challenge. And he's shown a yellow card. You've done well, Bailey, right there. Oh, God. So 1-0 to Burton. Free kick to Sunderland. Clark heads down the tunnel. Patterson just outside the penalty area on the left-hand side. Drives this in the Burton half. Up goes Stewart. He's got his head to it and Hughes clears. And now Sadie in the centre circle holds up the ball but gives it straight to Winchester. Winchester now flicking it through to the forward to the penalty area down the right-hand side. Crosses here and headed in the air by Braithwaite. Comes down for Stewart, tries to get his head on it. It's caught by Garrett. And bowled out quickly here to Lakin. And Lakin now for Barton come forward, taking it on down the left-hand side. Sadie in the middle. Also going through is Smith. It's made through to Sadie in the penalty area. He turns, he tries to hold off Wright. He passes it to Smith into the edge of the penalty area. He shoots wide, curls away behind for a goal kick. You know, we talk about feelings. All of a sudden, every time Burton go forward, you've got that feeling that they're going to go and score. We go forward and we're thinking, what we're doing. But that's the brightest bit of play for a little while. It's just too many bodies around. But here's the goal kick from Patterson, looking for Stewart, who is beaten in the air by Mancien. And it comes down in the middle to Pritchard. Oh, he's done well, hey, Pritchard, but I thought he was chipped. The referee says no. And Burton bring this out through Brayford. And he chips it over the top looking for Sadie. But Wright's getting up to, lets it drop over his shoulder. And now take this away on the left, looking for the run of Stewart. And Stewart's put some miles in tonight. I tell you what, that asks a lot of Stewart. He really is such a workhorse. And Clark, how's he going to come on now? Looks like Clark is about to come on after he's been shown a few pages of the yellow pages. Here's Pritchard. Out left again to Sirkin. Back to Pritchard. Pritchard swings the ball into the penalty area through. Absolutely power across that. Power across. Clark. And there's a change. It's going to be the number 10 has come up, but it's Smith is coming off to be replaced by Burton Albion's number 10. There's a pause and play for substitutes at the moment. Is it Jermaine Defoe coming off? Defoe is going to be frustrated. Defoe's come on up. The service into Defoe is poor. The service into Ross Stewart is poor. So both teams have one substitution left. Burton lead 1-0. Goal kick to Burton Albion. About 20 minutes left. And Harry Chapman, 25-year-old, who was at Middlesbrough. So Clark is playing up front. And Clark gone up alongside Stewart. The kick from Garrett up into the halfway line in the area. Right heads it on. And you can tucked away by Shaughnessy. Comes through to right. And Madiswell Sadie. And Sadie's come out with the ball and finds Powell. Powell looking for Chapman down the right-hand side of the penalty area. Pulls it back here. And a couple of deflections. It bounces into right and it leaves it for Patterson. And it's awkward one because it was spinning a bit. They get it out though to Embleton and down to Ross Stewart on the right hand side where there's Stewart more. There's one Ross Stewart on the pitch. He's everywhere, Ross Stewart. As he plays it back in the middle to Gooch. And Gooch now out wide to Embleton. Embleton, he crosses straight at the goalkeeper. But Ross Stewart, he's absolutely everywhere. He's forward, he's in defence, he's in midfield. Can we have 11 Ross Stewarts, please? Oh, dear me. But I tell you what, there's going to start being there's got to be some anger now. If we lose tonight, there's going to be hell on. There's going to be hell. What the fucking hell must the owners be thinking? And what must be they thinking upstairs? Surely, God, they must realise so much. This isn't right. Circling inside now to Matete. Making a run through. Pushing it through into space into the penalty area. Went away from Ross Stewart. And it's gathered up by the goalkeeper. Flat as fuck when we gone forward. A very, very quiet stadium alight at the moment. Are the playoffs slipping away from Sunderland as well as automatic promotion has now gone? Drops now for Winchester, who plays it away from Sadie back to Patterson. Passes it to Doyle. No, someone's stripping off quickly for Sunderland. I think it's Dan Neal. It's hidden. Somebody else has come on for Sunderland, I think. I'm not too sure who it is. But anyway, here's Clark. Tackled by Mancien, pushing the ball out for a throw to Sunderland on the left. Just down from Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. And 18 minutes left. Doyle, Sadie gets the ball off him quite comfortably. And Doyle trying to find Huddy, but pushes him over and finds Matete. Sadie thought he was fouled. The assistance flag stays down. And now Winchester to Matete. Sorry, to Gooch to Matete into the middle to Pritchard. And now again to Gooch, looking wide for Embleton. Embleton cutting in onto his left into the penalty area, cleared by Mancien. And out for a throw to Sunderland on the far side. Fucking hell, it just beats me, this. What's Embleton's best role as a number 10? He's not a wide player. Gooch now down to Embleton on the right again. He pulls the ball back and takes a deflection down to Lakin. One back though, play to Winchester, drives a shot and a defender bounces off him, comes back to Winchester, bounces back out to Gooch, cleared again from the bottom of the penalty area, and up, deal with it now. Here comes Sadie for Burton. He's now running away now, Sadie. Sadie's still going, Sadie, and Patterson now makes the save, but they're lining up here, Burton, and the ball right gets back in again and smashes it away, and it's headed forwards by Shaughnessy and picked up now by Winchester. Callan Doyle was a very, very lucky man. Matete out on the left-hand side now to Sirkin. Sirkin now in the Burton half, back behind to Matete, through the centre circle to Winchester. Winchester now pushing forward to the right-hand side of midfield. He's got down in the penalty area, he's got Pritchard. Tries to cross, gets the ball in across the 6-yard box, but away it rolls for a throw to Burton on the right-hand side, and Dan Neal will be the third and final substitution. Coming on for Lyndon Gooch. I don't think Gooch has been too bad, mind. I don't think he has. For fuck me, this is Burton Albion, man. What the fuck's the matter with us? We're making them look like Barcelona. Just fucking break them down and smash that back of the fucking net in. Fucking don't know. But throw from Brayford on the right here. Sadie being held by Sirkin. Chapman gets in halfway, but Matete wins it. And Matete now plays it back to right behind him. And now right, short to Winchester. Out to right wing, Embleton under pressure from him. But I think Hemo was going to peel for handball, but play goes on. We have driven up through the middle now, out for the left now by Winchester. And Brayford hooks it away. Chapman thought he was fouled by Sirkin. Sirkin back to Doyle. Doyle swinging it across. A cut out by Hamer. Takes it over to the far touchline. In comes Winchester to nod it on to Neal. Back to Winchester and back to right. He tries to come away with to Pritchard into the centre circle. Mancienne on his shoulder. Pritchard skips away up towards the edge of the D. Rolls it to the left here now to Clark. Clark trying to cut across the back of the penalty area. Leaves it for Pritchard again. Pritchard shoots. It's blocked. It comes off the back of Chapman. Drops for Borthwick Jackson. Looking for just to hook it up for Sadie. And Sadie now on his chest, on the shoulder of Doyle. Doyle trying to stick with him. Sadie happy to just run it down into the corner. And now to the goal line where he lets it run over. And it's a goal kick. And Sadie thought it was a corner. So every time Sunderland have an attack within grease lightning, bang, Burton goes straight up the other end and look dangerous. Just looking at Doyle and he just looks absolutely shattered. He's really struggling, Doyle. We've got 14 minutes left of play. But apparently, as results elsewhere, even though we are losing, we have now gone up to 6 somehow. Puzzled by that, but there we go. And here is Clark crossing towards the far post. It must be down to the goalkeeper as the ball now comes out here now to Winchester. Down the right to Neal, who crosses, but it's blocked by Haymert. It's a corner. Corner for Sunderland. That's why we need to play Clark wide. He can do damage. He gets the ball. He gets past people. Hey, fucking hell. So corner from the right-hand side for Sunderland. It's swept into the near post, punched out by Garrett. Only as far as Winchester, who just lays it off to Embleton, who puts it back in again. And it's allowed to drop through. The keeper must just cried. Hughes was cutting back, and it's behind for a goal kick. And once again, it ends for fucking nothing. Pritchard encouraging Ben Garrett to take the kick by placing the ball in the 6-yard line. The keeper picks it up, purposely works towards the corner of the 6-yard box to take the kick. The players drift into this near side as Garrett then with the goal kick for Burton. Down the right, up goes Matete with Brayford. Matete got his head to it, out it goes for a throw to Burton Albion, and Alex Neil just flicks it to the feet of Brayford. Fourth official having a word in his ear. John Brayford, experienced defender, with the throw down the line, headed by Sirkin into right, and then smacked away by Hughes on halfway. Neil gets his head on it. Mattetti gets his head to it. Shaughnessy gets his foot to it. Right back up to Patterson of the corner of the penalty area. 12 minutes remain. Clock's ticking fast. Sunderland 0, Burton Albion 1. Is Doyle looking for the run of Clark, who sprints down the goal line, just keeps it in, with a foot on the ball, and then plays it back with his right to Pritchard. Pritchard now in the edge of the penalty area, back out to Clark on the left-hand side. It's crossed into the box. It's took a couple of deflections and then cleared by Mancien. Straight to Doyle. Doyle, and it's broken for Matete. Nearly broken the middle for Powell, but they get it now to Winchester, Sunderland, and now to Neil. He crosses, looking for Stewart, but headed behind by Shaughnessy for another Sunderland corner. Excellent defending by Burton Albion there. But headed by an 8th Sunderland corner from the right hand side, north end, played short to Pritchard, and then Embleton back on it, plays it in, but Shady gets it clear. Matete will chase back. And Matete now looking up, drives this over towards Clark, but headed away by Braithford. But how only as far as Sirkin, and nods it down to Clark. Clark now running into the pencil area, curls one at the keeper, comes off his knees, and Hughes hacks it away into touch. Throw to on the left to Sunderland. Sirkin now will take this. He finds Clark. Clark now back down to the left hand side to Sirkin, and a block by Brayford for another throw into Sunderland. Few yards up from the corner flag. Sirkin pushing one of the Burton substitutes out of the way and a bit to get on with the game. Eventually into the centre here to Bailey Wright. Bailey Wright out wide to Embleton. Embleton now looks up, left-footed crosses, looking for Stewart, caught by the goalkeeper. Good take by the Burton goalkeeper in front of Ross Stewart. And that's what you call commanding the box from Burton. And Garrett rolls the ball on the left-hand side. And the ball out for a throw to Sunderland. Quickly taken. Winchester to Neil. Back to Doyle now. Closed down by Chapman. Oh, it's got the ball off him. And Chapman's got the ball off and plays it into the middle now. And there's a wrestle for Powell to Towel get forwards. And he shoots in the end over. But Doyle caught. And the chorus of boos from the stadium are like now. They really are getting frustrated. Callum Doyle again. He's just got away with it. Bit too easy. Desperate to get Barton in there. You can see that in his body language. You definitely can. One steep learning curve for the young centre half. And the clock is ticking quickly. Defensive, we've been poor again. Is nobody going to fix this? 8 minutes left. Burton leading 1-0. So you thought with 8 minutes left, listen, play 2 up front. Play someone alongside or Stewart. We've got nothing to lose. You might as well go out there and fighting. Let's see what we can conjure up in the last 7 or 8 minutes. Added on. Passing out for Billy right now to Doyle. Get Doyle a touch. But Daniel's pushing further up. And Doyle swings the ball across again. And Embleton gets in front of Borthwick Jackson to get the ball. And now Lisa from Matete. Man on, cries the crowd. Out to Winchester. Inside now to Neil. Niels turns through to Embleton, back out to Pritchard on the right-hand side. Pritchard's cross, looking for Clark, headed away by Braithwaite. Comes at the edge of the area, and it's headed out for a throw by Chapman. Sirkin to take it. Sirkin. Pritchard's come forward. Movement from Clark. Clark making a run into space. Now down to Pritchard, back to Sirkin. The foot in from Chapman. Another throw to Sunderland on the left. Pritchard takes it left. Takes it back from Clark. Inside to Clark again. Back out to Pritchard. Lifts it up into the path of Clark in the penalty area on the left-hand side. Pulls it back. And here now, left-footed. Winchester to shot. Winchester has a shot. Turned away. Out to Clark on the left. Now Pritchard swings it back in again. Headed away again by Hughes. Comes out to Matete. Matete down the left hand to Pritchard. Pritchard now looks up, curls it into the penalty area. Headed down by Stewart to the path of Winchester. Back to Stewart. Out to Embleton. Embleton now on his left. Floats across round the post for a goal kick. Fucking can't even cross the bastard ball. Oh. Is it okay to look? Fucking hell. Burton leading 1-0. Fuck's sake, man. What is it about Burton Albion? But what is it about every fucking team we play? But 152 people on the chat. Thanks everybody for tuning in. If you can click the thumbs up and give us a subscribe, it would cheer me up a little bit. But thanks everybody for staying with me tonight with this shower of shite. Hey, fucking hell. But here's a thought of Sunderland just inside the Burton half on the right-hand side, which Embleton labouring to take at the moment, but finally gets it back to right down the touchline. Forward again to Embleton. Into the middle. Doyle quickly gets it back to Patterson this time, and it's passed out to Sirkin on the left-hand side for Stewart. It's over his head, headed away by Hughes, drops to Neil. Neil cuts out the left wing, plays it back behind to Clark. Clark, head down, running into the penalty area, rolls it into the penalty area, but Pritchard runs past him behind for a goal kick, and once again the attack comes to fucking nothing. Thanks for the commentary. You're welcome, Deb FTM. Oh, dear me. We'll be happy to get an equalise. We'll be happy to get a point against fucking Burton. 1 win in 10. I hope whoever it is upstairs is having a good, hard fucking look at this. Whether it's KLD or Salmon Pants or whether it's Donald Duck or whatever it is, whoever it is, hope they're having a good fucking look at this shower of shit that we having to watch every single week. Every single week we having to watch and put up with this shite. Fucking. Down the line it goes anyway, headed away by Doyle into Matete. Out to Sirkin and just played it down the line and straight here, deep in the Burton half to Burton Albion. I hope Madrox fucks up. I really, really do hope we get together and just let's push this fucking Madrox lot out. Let's just get this Madrox shot because they're making us an absolute laughingstock of this club, of the whole of the country. They're making Sunderland FC a laughingstock. It's fucking minging. Absolute minging. Back through Bailey Wright. Patterson drives this up through the middle. Boss Stewart's heads, but it drops for Braithwaite. Hooks it away from Clark. Out for a throw to Sunderland. And their own half. A couple of minutes left. Ugly football's not the word for this. Like, would win a fucking Gurning competition. Circling down the line, just bounces in from the touchline, and Hughes, over 1 point over the halfway line, is chested into the path of Mancienne and out to Chapman. Back to Brayford, who lifts it up. He's running through onto it. Inez Smith, and it's caught by Power. And it's caught, by Patterson and rolled out to Bailey Wright, Sadie in front of him. And he passes back to Patterson, who kicks this long up to the halfway line and headed forwards there and hooked on by Brayford. Back to Bailey Wright to Patterson. Patterson now rolls it out to Doyle. Doyle now to Winchester. Up to the halfway line of the right-hand side, looking for Embleton on the right, but cutting across was Hamer, and a throw for Sunderland. Comes back down now to Winchester. Winchester cutting across the back of the area, still cutting across the back. Turns, and now going back the other way, and shoots, and just wide. And Garrett might have got a fingertip to that, and that's going to be a corner for Sunderland. Thanks again for the commentary, DJ, and the live chat for helping me get through the game. Most enjoyable. Thank you, Gordon. I hope you enjoyed the commentary, and hope everybody has enjoyed the commentary. Embleton now whips this in, and it's a poor corner, and it's whipped again by Nancy at the tree. But Chapman trying to run on it, gets his feet to it as Matete closed in, and a throw to Sunderland. Again, our corners are not even fucking threatening. How much time would be added on? Seconds left of the normal 90. Out here to Sirkin on the left-hand side. Burton leading 1-0. It's played past Pritchard. He got a touch to it, behind it goes for a goal kick to Burton, just where they want it. Out comes Rice Joss, the 3 official. There'll be 5 minutes of added time. 3 cheers for DJ. Cheers, Doug. Cheers, mate. We're into those 5 minutes now, with Burton leading 1-0. My God. Ben Garrett pops the ball down the right corner of his penalty area. Thanks, Nelly boy. Thank you. And all the players on this near side of the kick from Garrett up the air onto the head of Bailey Wright, and then back over the top. Chapman chases onto this down into the penalty area on the right-hand side, pulls it back, saved by Patterson. Great save by his feet at the near post, and Bailey Wright to clear for a throw to Burton on the right here. And there are no Harry Burton at all. I've played a minute of the minimum of 5 now at the end of this game. We're just slipping away from Sunderland now. Thanks, DJ. You said what we all feel. Great commentary. Thank you very much, Jeff. Thank you. Alex Neal now with his arms folded. Thanks, Lee. Gardner, thank you. Headed away anyway by Sirkin. Overhead kick by Clark. Mancienne heads it on again. Matete heads it down. And Bailey Wright slips it inside to Neal. Neal now to Winchester on the right-hand side. Lakin chasing back. Winchester on and inside now to Neal. Just inside the Burton half. And now taking it on down the right. Looks right foot cross headed out though by Shaughnessy. Picked up by Sirkin on the left of central midfield. Played out to Clark. Clark now trying to get past the defender, Brayford, who makes the block. And it's another throw to Sunderland, which is quickly taken by Clark to Matete. Through to Clark again. Out to Sirkin. And now Pritchard. Pritchard now down the line to Clark. Clark gets away from Brayford. Still going into the penalty area. Blocked out by Mancienne. Appeals for handball. Nothing from the referee. Pritchard puts it across again. Oh, and it's in from Stewart. It's Stewart has scored. Finally gets his reward. And deft header under the 6-yard line. And looks down the bottom left-hand corner. And Sunderland are level in the 93rd minute. But where's it come from? We had Clark on the left-hand side. All of a sudden, with Pritchard at times, all of a sudden, Clark's looking dangerous. He's one that's been causing problems. Clark, every time Clark gets the ball, everybody's on the edge of the seat because he's making things happen. Well. Sunderland have got their equaliser, and they've got just under 2 minutes now to try and fashion a winner, which would be unlikely, but not impossible. As Stewart now heads it down to the far side, looking for Embleton, but it goes out for a throw to Burton. But Hamer's going to take a minute and a half of the minimum 5 left. Sunderland 1, Burton Albion 1. Ross Stewart with his 20th goal of this season. The ball hooked away by Bailey Wright up to the halfway line, being held up by Ross Stewart. And now back comes Hamer as it's played forward now by Sunderland and out to Lincoln, who's fouled on the far side by a tired Winchester and booked in the first half. But we're in the last minute now. But yes, the mad moderator get in, but come on, we're excited for 1-1. But hey, we haven't lost. We've got to squeeze any positivity out of this as we can. And we've got to equalise. It's not over yet, but here's Brayford now heading it forward. Sadie trying to get on the end of it, and goes Doyle, and it's a free kick. Free kick to quickly taken, smashed up over the head of Stewart, headed away by Shaughnessy, headed on by Lakin, drops for Matete. Ball for Jackson trying to get on the full end, comes back to Hamer to clear, seconds left, and here on the right, here's Chapman for Burton Albion. Pushing on down the right-hand side, Clark gives chase. Chapman gets a crossing off Clark for a corner to Burton Albion. Will they have time to take this corner, Burton? Is there another twist in this yet? We're into the 6 minutes of added time, and Burton have got a corner from the right-hand side for Burton Albion. Hey, God's sake, to be taken by Powell, I think. And back come all Sunderland players to defend the corner. We need to be whipped in from the left foot, and it's headed out into midfield. And that will be it. It's another 1-1 draw. Sunderland cannot find a win. And this delayed match because of the medical emergency ends Sunderland 1, Burton Albion 1. Boos from the stadium alight at full time, even though Ross Stewart rescued a point for Sunderland. Is it 2 points dropped? Is it a point gained? Did we deserve a point tonight? We're huffed and we're puffed and we're puffed, but surely we cannot keep relying on Ross Stewart to do it every single time. To play wide, to hold the ball up, to get in. Ross Stewart's here, there, he's everywhere. He's defending, he's midfield, and he's down the wings. Ross Stewart's doing every single thing for Sunderland. Everything. Oh, dear me. But to play that system, our 2 wing-backs have got to be able to get up and down. But we didn't see Cirkin get them down. But once again, when Clark comes on, it changes the game. Winchester did well tonight. But again, in the middle of the park, we've got to be a little more adventurous. We've got to be braver. We've got to be... Clark, for me, there's times where he will give the ball away, but there's other times when he did come on, we were on the edge of the seat because we were expecting something to happen when Clark came on, and he made things happen. You know, Embleton did well on Saturday. It was his ball in when we called the goal. But then we've got a natural out-and-out winger with Roberts. Somebody who on his day makes things happen. He excites you. But he's sitting on the bench. We've got Jermaine Defoe started tonight. Non-existent. Why? A couple of things which you do. You've got to get the ball to his feet. He lives on service. He doesn't get the service. Defensively, you've got to say, we're going to concede every single match we play. But once again, thank you, every single one of you, for tuning in. Gordon Seymour, DJ, do you sleep after that excitement? It's 4 seasons dropped, never mind 2 points. 1 win and 10 now for Sunderland. It's finished at the Stadium of Light, a draw, and it's finished 1-1. And can I just say a massive, massive thank you for everybody tuning in tonight. And don't forget, every single Monday night we're doing the Sunderland fans Monday Night Football. We're doing like a podcast, a chat show with me and Anthem Mackham. One Monday on my channel, one Monday on Anth's channel. So every Monday we're going to be doing a chat show, discussing all the gubbins of what's been going on, reviewing and previewing matches and stuff, and all sorts, and having a moan or a whinge and whatnot. But we're looking at the league table now. Sunderland are in the playoffs, the 6. They've played one game more than Wycombe Wanderers. We're on 56 points. Wycombe Wanderers are on 55. Oh, dear. You've got to ring whatever goodness you can. And we've rescued a point. We've come away. We've not lost. And we've got that. We've got the draw. And you've got to try and ring out a bit of happiness and that, and say, well, we've got a point. We didn't lose. Like it or not, a point is better than getting beat. But there's still something sadly wrong here which needs addressed. And I hope, like I say, them upstairs are having one fucking good think about things. So thank you very, very much for tuning in. I much appreciate your support. And I'll be doing a review of this match. So keep an eye on my channel. Thank you. Good night. Take care. Sleep well.